Zach, Josh Allen can be creative. He's one of the most dynamic quarterbacks in the NFL to a layman's eye. How have you approached the possibility of him being able to make big plays happen at integral times in the game?
Yeah, man. You just obviously he's a great player. He's been a great player for a long time. We've gone against him, so we kind of a little familiar with his game. But I mean, he's big, strong, he's fast, and he can throw the ball anywhere from anywhere on the field. So I think that you just see that in critical situations, you understand that he is going to have the ball, he is going to put the ball in his hands, and he's going to try to make something happen. And we're just aware of what he likes to do in those situations, and we've just been practicing, preparing our butts off to make sure that when that situation comes, we know exactly what he's going to do, and we know exactly what we're going to do.
Zach, there was that in week 4, even though you guys did really well, there was that one completion that Josh made all the way from the sideline. How many times have you looked at that clip this week and reminded guys how long he can extend a play?
Yeah, we've shown it a lot, man. We've shown it a lot because that's the one big play, and that's how it can happen. You can do a lot of stuff right. You can have one little mental lapse or one late reaction, and boom, it's a 50-yard play or it's a touchdown. And he did that to us in week 4, and he's continued to do that to teams throughout the season. You've seen that last week in their game. So it's a big point of emphasis for us that the play is never over, that no matter where you're at on the field, no matter who you're covering, even if you could be a DB on a running back, everybody is live until the whistle's dead. And so we have to make sure that we're aware of that. We have to make sure that we try to keep them in the pocket as much as possible, and then we have to plaster in the back end until the whistle blows.
Do you have a specific set of rules, almost like a mental checklist for the guys when he does get out of the pocket, when he's extending a play? Like, you got to think about this, and this.
Yeah, we got some things that we talk about that we must do specifically for him, for sure.
Zach, a lot of the players have downplayed because it was 3.5 months ago, it was week 4. Your defense has undergone a lot of change since then. What do you take away from how well you played that game that can apply for this one, even though both teams are a lot different in late September?
I just take away, I felt like early on the season, that was one of the games that we actually played with the physicality and the effort that I like to see. So I think you could take away from that. Now, we've changed quite a bit scheme-wise, and they've actually changed a lot too since our game. So yeah, I agree with the guys that you can't put too much stock in it from the standpoint from X's and O's, but from the standpoint of a physicality mindset, you can take a lot from it. And I think that we showed that if we come out and we play physical, we play with the right effort, and we communicate that, we put ourselves in a great position to have a great day.
Zach, how much does defending Lamar Jackson in practice, particularly over the summer and whatnot, help with defending Josh Allen in terms of them both being able to extend plays?
It honestly helps out a lot because even though they're two different type of players, the end result is similar in the sense of the play's never over. You think you got them. They can get out of a lot of different situations that most quarterbacks can't get out of. So we understand that plastering is at a premium from day 1 of OTAs all the way throughout the season, even when we go good on good. So that definitely has prepared us in a lot of ways of how long we have to defend the play, how disciplined we have to be with our rush lanes, and how disciplined we have to be with our eyes once the play extends.
Zach, you played similar situation back in the days when you were playing with Big Ben. Kind of
yeah, definitely same type of situation. I think Josh might extend the play even longer, but it's very similar to Big Ben. Big Ben, shoot, heck of a player. He extended plays nonstop, and then he had a strong arm as well, could fire the ball to anybody at any point in time.
Zach, your defense did such a great job of eliminating big plays from week 11 on, but that kind of bit you guys in the third quarter, particularly on third downs. What went wrong in those situations?
It was our own wrongdoing, and we had great conversations about that. The thing I appreciate about it is, we came to the sideline after those 2 straight possessions, specifically on third down, third and long, when you really had the advantage of the defense, and we said, look, they're not doing anything we not expect them to do. They're not doing anything different. Everything they've gotten, we had mistakes. So let's go ahead and flush it. And the thing that I think the difference between that moment and early in the season is, early in the season it would have snowballed. It would have just kept on happening, going. But now, guys were able to put the fire out, and I was happy to see that. So I think it was a good lesson to learn that especially this time of year when you're going against playoff teams, is like I said, you lax on your job, or you have one mishap, it's going to be big plays. So I'm glad that it happened. Looking back, hindsight 2020, in a sense of we understand now that we can't have those moments and the game's never over and the play's never over.
Buffalo's had a ton of success stacking 4 playmakers on one side of the field and then isolating a guy on the other side. What's the key to defending that?
Yeah, man, just switching up the looks, giving them different coverages, giving them different pressures, and just being on point. They do a lot of different stuff pre-snap, a lot of eye candy to try to get you out of whack. But the good thing about it is, at the end of the day, they all gonna end up in the same spot. So we've seen it before.
Zach, you've played in a lot of very cold games against a lot of teams that are very committed to running the ball. It seems like Buffalo, maybe despite popular misconception, wants to establish the run. How important is get into second and long, third and long going to be for this defense, especially on a day where maybe things can snowball? No pun intended.
Yeah.
Like Sunday.
Nah, it's definitely important, man. I mean, just as a if you talk to any defensive player or coach, the number one thing they're gonna say they have to do is to stop the run. Why you want to stop the run? Because you want to get the offense behind the chains. Like if offense has to consistently play in second, 7 plus, third and long, it's going to be a good day for the defense more times than not. So we always striving to get teams in those situations. Now we can unleash our pass rush. Now we can unleash certain pressures and certain coverages and certain looks, and you get a chance to make the offense predictable. When they're in 2nd and 3, 2nd and 4, now you got to play run or pass. So you're not necessarily getting a good get off if they pass the ball. You know what I mean? So I think it's going to be key and it's going to be vital. I think you made a good point. Buffalo, everybody thinks it's Josh Allen and they just want to throw the ball. They're one of the top rushing teams in the league, and you saw what they did to Denver. I think last week they won the game because they established the run and they just pounded those guys. So that's the number one thing we could not let happen.
Sort of on that point, in recent weeks, Buffalo's been using 6 linemen. They have a fullback that they like. Ryan was asking about sort of getting matched up with Lamar and sort of feeling an escapable quarterback that way. It's also beneficial to face an offense that uses some similar personnel groups that, obviously you guys on offense like 6 linemen and have Pat. How does that help you prepare?
Oh, that helps to prepare. I mean, honestly, when people call me biased, I feel like we have the most physical team in the league. That's offense and defense. So when you see Big Pat come out there and our big offensive line, especially in training camp, it was some physical battles. So you got no choice but to be physical and be ready here. So our guys welcome that challenge. We love it. I love it. They bring out ex-personnel. Hey, basically saying they're trying to come bloody your nose. So our guys take that challenge and accept it. So we'll be ready for that.